Yes. Welcome back to another episode of the All Things Football Show World Cup edition. The show where we talk about every nation competing in the World Cup 2026 here in our own backyard. My name is Mickey Full, and we have a full house tonight, man. A full house. We not only have the one and only Yannick Selman in the building.
Yes.
We got Mr. Charlie Ladula. And the prodigal son has returned, man. Mosiah White is back in the building. What's good, Mosiah? What's good, brother?
Son.
Huh?
Mozinho
Mozinho is back, brother. How we feeling tonight, guys?
Amazing.
Sensational.
Feeling good. Great, actually.
man.
For me, personally? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Fantastic.
Wow.
So tonight we're talking about Portugal,
Yes.
Portugal.
Yes.
a nation that produced Eusebio, Rui Costa, Figo, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Legends.
Am I missing a few?
Pepe.
Pepe,
Yeah.
Carvalho,
Never
one of the best
Carvalho.
center backs.
Never forget Pepe.
Pepe was
Rui
a baller.
Costa.
Crazy dude though. Yeah, Rui Costa I already mentioned.
Samau.
Somehow.
Simão, Simão's a baller. Quaresma.
No, not legend though, but he's a bowler.
Yeah, Quaresma.
Big
A
baller.
lot of ballers.
Yeah.
Nani.
Nani was a baller. Quaresma
Nani was a
too.
baller.
But the question for me is, and I want to start with this, is Ronaldo still at the center in 2026 World Cup, or are we seeing a transition slowly happening?
Nah, for me, he's there. He's the leader. He's their main goal scorer. He will start for sure. There's no transition. There's no Portugal without Ronaldo in the World Cup. They can play without him, but in order to be impactful and progress, they need Ronaldo.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's mentality, it's
Unreal.
right? It's probably, it's up there with the greatest athletes of all time. They're still at this stage in his career. I mean, I know he's in Saudi Arabia, but he's still banging goals, right? And obviously his role is much different than what it was in the past. But for what the team needs to be there up top and to be a poacher in the box, a finisher, I mean, you always need that at every level.
He's obsessed. The obsession he has is ridiculous. Like, he's won pretty much, besides the World Cup, everything already. But he still has this drive. For me, that's unreal. And then if you remember the Nations League final versus Spain, where he tracked back to foul Yamal or to win the ball from Lamine Yamal, it's like, this guy, like, he doesn't give up. And I think Portugal needs that. They need someone like that to lead the line. Maybe he don't go 90 every game.
Yeah.
And maybe if they go far, they need to manage his minutes. That's fine. But he'll bang a goal when the chance comes. When there's an important PK, he'll take it. If he's not on the field, Bruno can do the job as well. But Ronaldo's their leader for sure.
He's a big influence on all those players.
The only thing I would say, right, is I know we're kind of moving ahead on this, but if they get to the knockout rounds, right, especially deep in the knockout rounds, is Ronaldo, would you rather him start the game or would you rather bring him on later in the game knowing that you might go to PKs and that's the guy that you want there?
That's a great question.
Yeah, I mean, I would say you don't play for PKs because that's not guaranteed. You might not get there. So let's say if you don't start him and you only give him 30 minutes, we're also talking about someone who's going to be 40, right?
Yeah.
When that time comes. So maybe they need time to kind of get into the game, can't make an impact right away. I would start him.
Yeah.
And then if it happens where you get to PKs or you get overtime and he's tired, then you take him out. They have guys who can kick a PK.
Yeah.
But I would hope that you start him and hopefully he wins the game for them and they don't have to get to that point. And I think Martinez will be thinking the same way as well. And I think he has a good relationship with Martinez as well. The last coach, I forgot his name, but I think he was saying he felt a little betrayed when he was starting Ramos over him in the World Cup or whatever. I think him and Martinez are on the same page, which is going to be good for Portugal.
I don't think it doesn't matter who the coach is. You have to have a good relationship with Ronaldo.
Yeah,
Everything
he
falls
is
and
Portugal.
stands with
But he's
him.
Portugal,
He is
bro.
Portugal.
He's
You have to
Portugal,
be
bro.
able to manage him.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have
He's
a problem.
Portugal.
Right. It's like, I forget the years, but we spoke about 2 World Cups that Portugal didn't qualify for
Yeah.
pre-Ronaldo. After Ronaldo, they've qualified for every World Cup. So his impact is shown alone in that one sentence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
94, 98, they didn't qualify.
Right. So like you said, then you have to figure out a way.
You have to.
It is what it is.
Obviously, Portugal is. It didn't start with Ronaldo. He's now the biggest star of Portugal. But we had Eusebio in 1966. You had the golden generation with Figo. We had Rui Costa still. Talk a little bit more about the history of Portugal as a footballing nation?
Well, you want to start at 66?
Wherever you want to start, brother.
I mean, the way we talk about Ronaldo is how we would talk about Eusebio in 66, right? He was synonymous. He was Portugal. As we know, his nickname is the Black Panther. His nickname is the Black Panther.
It's not because I'm dark skinned and anything like so. Let's not get that. It's just that's his name for real. You get me?
Yeah, Charlie didn't know the answer.
Yeah, I did.
He scored 9 goals in that 66 campaign, which is 66 or 2026. That's unreal to score 9 goals in a World Cup campaign. I mean, I just from that, I think he was Portugal for a long time. And then I think when you brought up the golden era with Figo and Rui then I think it was more Figo. Figo was like their leader in the attack. And they had a balanced squad, with Carvalho and those guys, Rui Costa, Maniche, who's not a great player, great role player, not a world beater, but a great role player.
Yeah, Deco
they also
as
had
well.
Deco, who's the goalie I love, who took his gloves off for the shootout, Ricardo. So I think they've always had solid teams or a solid 11. But I really feel, and Yannick even asks, Opta, is it Opta?
Opta.
Context, eh?
Yeah, we give him context about these jokes later, but Yannick even asks Opta and all this stuff about where Portugal right now is with, where they rank as favorites for this World Cup. And they're not in the top 5, and I'm surprised they felt like 6 or 7. But for me, I think Portugal has one of the most balanced squads of all the World Cup favorites. They're strong in the back. They have a great midfield. We're talking about Vitinha, João Neves, Bruno Fernandes. They're obviously amazing up front with Cristiano. And I think they have the mentality of winners because Cristiano's a winner. And they won the Nations League. They won the Euro. Whereas before they had some great players, but didn't really win. With Figo and all those guys. They went to the final in their hometown, lost to Greece. So it's one thing having the team to win, but never getting over the line. That inferiority mentality can hold you back. Kind of like Arsenal has had it for years. Sorry, I didn't mean to shoot that dagger
knife out my back.
But you know what I mean. So it's an example. But I think they have the full package, and I think they have a coach that can do it. Even though with Belgium, he didn't really, and he kind of had Belgium's golden era. But I'm surprised they're not higher up on people's list. They're higher up for me.
Yeah, I think them winning the Euros definitely changed the trajectory of their mindset as well. Because even now they had a great World Cup qualifiers as well. They just look strong, man. And I think
super solid.
They look super solid.
And I think is a repeat of history as well. There's always someone. You know what I'm saying? So we have the Black Panther, then we have Figo, and now we have Ronaldo. Do you know what I'm saying? And I just think, just seeing them, what they're known for, their wingers, their attacking style of play, and their midfielders as well. It's top quality,
midfield.
Very technical, So I'm actually surprised too, to be fair. But let's see, because I just think they've got over the hump and they've actually started to win now. So I think they're going in with the mentality thinking that they could really go far in this World Cup this year.
For me, it's not just. I think part of the mentality is also understanding that we can win in different ways.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. Like they used to have quality, but maybe lacked the resilience to come away with games that you don't always play well, especially in a tournament. It's not every game that you outplay or you dominate your opponent, but you still need to come away with a W. Exactly. Right? You still need to come away with the 3 points,
peak at
right?
the right time.
Yeah.
And so because they've won with maybe, let's say, a different style of play, but they also have now quality players all around the pitch, especially in midfield. Like, we can dominate you. We can, some of these games, especially when they play, let's say the opponents that are not as, don't have as much quality as
block
them,
and stuff.
In these especially in the group stage, right? But then when we get to the knockout stages, okay, when we come up against a France or a Spain, we can also be more defensive and still grind out a victory that way. We've shown that. We won Euros like that. We had the comeback against Spain.
The comeback
in the
for
Nations
Spain
League final.
was the ultimate example for me. So they showed the resilience in that game.
We can beat you in multiple ways. And, if you really look at all the past winners, a lot of the past winners of World Cups, they have that.
They have that dynamic.
They can dominate
Yeah.
you. Okay, they can also grind out W's.
Mhm.
You know, when they need to be more defensive. I mean,
Or
it's-
if you want to be more possession based, we'll go on the counter. Look at France.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just send Mbappe
Exactly.
and Dembele as soon as we win the ball.
100%.
I think the biggest thing is as well with this Portugal team, I think everyone understands their role. There's not much ego. It's good to have a little bit of ego and a little something about you, but I think this team right now, everyone understands their role and they're playing their position. No one's trying to be better than this person. It's literally like, this is my role and I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. And everyone's playing for each other as well. So they look really good, man. They, especially against Spain, they really, really impressed me because I thought, it's done. But the way they came back, still working for each other, still feeling confident, still keeping that flair in the game as well.
Yeah.
Is,
They got the
man.
fast,
They look
pacey
good, man.
winners.
Yeah, they look good, man.
The only caveat I would say is, Ruben Diaz is obviously not going to be the Ruben Diaz of
Mhm.
last World Cup. He's going to be a little older.
Mhm.
And I'm trying to think who his center back partner is. That's the only thing I would say is maybe in the center back area, there might be some weakness with Ruben Diaz's age. And depending on who his partner is, obviously on the left, they're good with Mendes. On the right, Cancelo, I mean, not great defensively, but he's a good baller overall. Dalot shouldn't even pack his bags because that would be a joke. But that's the only thing I would say. Center back area, maybe a little shaky. But as a unit, solid. Solid.
Everything else, they're unbelievable. They're unbelievable. And I would go as far as to say, this World Cup, and the reason why like they might be 6 and still be such a strong team is, there's a lot of top contenders.
Yeah.
100%.
There's a lot of good teams coming into this World Cup with really chances to say that we can really win this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So-
I get that. And for me, it wasn't really the whole ranking thing because I'm okay with them not being ranked up there. It's just people weren't really even talking about them as a favorite.
Yeah.
Or even like a dark horse. And I was just surprised about that. But yeah, that's probably it. Obviously, France, Spain, it's tough.
I think Portugal
Argentina's up
I
there.
think they even look, if they was to look at that list, I think they're okay with being out of that picture
if
as
you
well.
ask me
It's
right
probably
now,
better for them. to
Yeah,
be honest.
100%.
less pressure. But if you ask me right now, Portugal or Brazil, who's stronger right now? It's
Portugal. Every day of the week. Every day of the week.
For sure.
I mean,
Not
look,
saying
you
Brazil
just
can't
won the
beat
last
them, but-
Nations League.
Yeah.
And you beat
just,
Spain.
So you've shown that you're one of the 2-3 top teams in Europe.
Right.
You should automatically be.
Top 5 in the
You should
world.
automatically be a contender.
Yeah.
Right.
But up to.
What do you think of Roberto Martinez as the coach? Is he optimizing the midfielders? Is he creating a new dynamic? What did he change? Because, like you said, Portugal has always been that defensive, strong, solid in the midfield, but a little bit more control and then individual. And I feel like now it's just go ahead.
I just think the quality.
No, yeah, I was gonna say. You said,
It's- yeah.
what did he change? When did he come in? Because I know he wasn't there.
2022, if I'm not mistaken.
2022. Okay, so he came after the last World Cup.
No,
he
I
was there
think
last
he
World Cup?
came. No, he came. Yeah, maybe
Right
a little
after
bit
World Cup.
after that.
Yeah, so some of it is the quality. João Neves wasn't on that team.
Yeah.
Vitinha wasn't on that team. So some of it is just high
Quality.
quality players. And I think he's a smart enough. Look, I don't really dive into as much as what he does as a coach, but just outside looking in, I think he's smart enough not to try to fix things that aren't broken. So João Neves, Vitinha, Bruno. Okay, guys, rotate as you want in the middle, figure out who's sitting and who's good, whatever. And now obviously we have Cristiano, and then whoever's in form on the wings is who's going to start, whether it's Leao, Conceição from Juventus, Carlos Forbes is a 21-year-old who's been playing amazing. He plays for Club Brugge. Maybe he'll start over Leao. Leao's a little inconsistent. Or maybe Bernardo Silva's on the right, depending on the game. He's better at keeping the ball and all that stuff. So I think he's just smart enough not to overcomplicate it.
Yeah.
You have your 11. It's pretty simple. And then from there is managing the game, which he seems like he's good at doing.
I find it funny with some of these players though, because just what you said, based on what you said, like when they're playing for their club teams, like the level of consistency is just, it's up and down. But then the moment they show up when it comes to World Cup games and everything like that.
Are you talking about Bruno?
Bruno's one example, but he's been.
I knew you were talking
he's
about
been.
Bruno.
I thought you were
That's
talking
a
about
little-
Leao.
I was talking about
He's talking about
Leao
Leao.
personally
Leao.
because there's
But he
been
wanted to
times
make a
done-
Man U dig. He wanted to
Yeah,
make
he
a Man U
did. It's
dig.
okay though. But for me, Leao, there's been moments where he does come off the bench and he plays and he's very effective.
For me, that's
but
for me,
he has not shown yet that he is the guy.
No, I agree.
no,
I
Be
agree.
at any level.
I agree.
To be fair,
I agree.
he never will be. But what you just
Yeah.
said is what he is. I think.
Yeah.
When the other team is tired
Listen,
and you
that's
get
when you
smart,
put- when you
that's
first
the
left,
player
that's
you
the guy
bring
that
on.
he just
But
goes.
I think they also know that about Leao.
Yeah.
They made
For me, he
they
doesn't
made
start
the
in the
decision
team.
already. No,
He doesn't start in the
100%.
team.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. I agree.
In that game versus Spain, he didn't start.
Yeah,
He came on
doesn't
in
really
overtime.
He came on and
started in the big
and
game.
he was a
that's all.
problem. Yeah, I
And
agree.
You talked about him being, I think, a youngster. He's 26.
Yeah.
He's 26.
Yeah.
This World Cup, he'll be 27. So he's
Yeah.
no longer.
When I look at that team,
you know,
Yeah.
okay, and my biggest probably concern with Roberto Martinez is like, all right, what you did with Belgium's golden generation, but I
Yeah.
actually think
That's true.
he has much more quality than he did with Belgium.
Absolutely.
Much more.
For
Bro,
sure.
these are players that are at the highest level.
Absolutely.
I'm not talking about some of the, what was the center back from
Vertonghen.
Vertonghen.
Tottenham.
Tottenham.
Type players. These are
He's not playing Champions League week in, week out.
Exactly.
Yeah,
These
it's
are
different.
top players that
Their
also
goalie was
just won.
Mignolet. Come on.
Exactly, like golden generation.
Yeah.
I mean, these are guys that just won Champions League.
I feel like pretty much all their
Vitinha,
players have
João
won.
It
Neves.
was only a golden generation because Hazard and De
You know,
Bruyne.
and
Yeah.
Bruno Fernandes has shown the quality that he's had this year. Bernardo Silva has been showing his quality for the last 10 years, right, in the Premier League. Obviously, Ronaldo doesn't need, you don't even need to mention.
Yeah.
And the
And even-
fullback as well from
Nuno
PSG.
Mendes.
Yeah, Nuno Mendes.
Mendes, yeah.
And
And
even-
Ruben Neves. Ruben Diaz as well,
Yeah,
right?
Diaz.
These are guys.
Ruben
These
Neves
are
is the
different
ball as
level.
well.
And these are winners.
Different
these
levels
are
of players.
winners, bro.
Gonzalo Ramos, I give a shout out to. He doesn't start for PSG, but
Yeah.
when he comes on, he bangs a
He
goal.
does his
Exactly.
job.
He knows how to
Yeah,
find the net.
bro.
That's why I think Martinez is smart enough to just say, look, we're good enough, right? Here's the 11. We know who's playing. I'm not going to try to tweak too much and overcomplicate it. You guys do what you do. And then when it comes to a point where they hit adversity, I'm sure they've had those conversations where, okay, this is what we're going to do if it goes deep in the game. And, this is the subs we're going to make, which is kind of like what they did in Spain,
And I think as well,
versus
the
Spain.
impact that you can see in those kind of moments with a player like Ronaldo, even if he's not on the pitch, the mentality that he feeds to the
Yes.
players.
Yeah, yeah.
Guys,
Yes.
listen, you can't understate this in these kind of
Exactly.
tournaments,
Exactly.
right?
Money can't buy that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So they have a squad that is able to,
Well,
is able to
opportunity.
reach a
Yeah,
final.
because
Great opportunity.
you said the pressure is lowered because they're sixth on the Opta ranking, but I also feel like the pressure for him as a coach is kind of high too, because he needs to prove. Okay, he won the Nations League, but some say like that's the Conference League of international football.
Glorified friendly, some would say.
Yeah.
Yes. So he still needs to prove himself in that he can manage a team in a tournament because he's always failing in those tournaments.
Yeah. I mean,
And my question is he able to? I know that I think he can man manage. I think he can. The only question is like, does he wants to do too much? Where you say like he's smart enough to
I think,
put the right 11 in.
yeah. And just sit back.
Is he not that kind of coach where you feel like, okay, now I want to prove myself. I tweak a little bit. I put him on the right instead of that person, or
I think he'll pick his
I want to
moments.
put Bernardo Silva and Bruno in the midfield together, and just want to have a little bit more attacking flair instead of control.
I feel like he did that against
He's done
Spain,
it.
though,
I mean,
no?
if-
He's done it already. He's proven that.
No, he's saying it the negative
the-
way, where he
okay.
overtweets,
Yes.
he
Okay, my
overcomplicates.
apologies. Yeah.
But I think if you use Spain as
Because he can.
as-
Sorry, one last thing. Because he cannot hide behind transition. Like you can't.
No,
Like
no.
even though you're transitioning out of your top play, this will probably be Ronaldo's last tournament. So
Yeah, I mean, I
but
don't
you
see
cannot
this.
hide behind like, okay, we're in a transition period. You can't.
It's not.
You
it's,
have
it's
too
not
much
a
talent.
It's not
you
a
have too
transition period
much
for them. It's maybe a transitional period for Ronaldo. It's not even a transitional period for
Yeah.
Ronaldo. He's been on the tail end of his career
Yeah.
for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you want to call it that, but it's not a transitional period. So I don't think he's going to hide behind that.
Yeah.
But I think if you use the Spain game as the model, which makes sense, right? It's the last competitive
Yeah.
game they played versus a strong opponent. I think he did all the right
I think
things.
he
Even
did.
if they lost, because they lost on PKs, I would
Yeah.
say he still did the right things. He put out the best 11 and he let them do their thing. They went down. They showed resilience, fought back. Goal by Ronaldo, goal by Nuno Mendes. And then he made the proper subs. He brought on Leao when he needed some extra spark in attack. I think he brought on the short winger, Quinção, whatever his name is, from Juve as well. And then when it comes to PKs, I mean, those guys need to hit the net, right? So I will just give him his credit now and say I think he will I have no problem
Absolutely.
just not doing too much.
Absolutely. And they look good, bro.
They are.
They look good, man. They look fantastic, bro.
Yeah. They got a solid squad, man. From midfielders, what you have João Neves, Vitinha, Bernardo Silva, Bruno, Ruben Neves, even Gomez.
Yeah.
They got a deep squad, man.
I was gonna say if I can chime in really quick.
Go ahead.
Portugal has won 2 crazy finals in terms of just like the emotional side of it. Like you see Cristiano Ronaldo crying at the end, like
Mm-hmm.
in the Euros, like coaching on the sideline after being injured. Now they also have Jota who died.
Yeah.
Mm.
How does that affect?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe in a positive way. Maybe there's some spiritual push positively with that, you
I
know.
would say make it because I don't have audio. If you want to just bring that up really quick.
Yeah, he was mentioning, so our producer was mentioning that the 2 finals that Portugal won, like there was always an emotional component to it. Even like 2016 with Ronaldo being injured and then coaching on the sideline and whatnot. Portugal has always been an emotional team.
Yeah.
Always been.
That's true.
And yeah, personally, I never have fond memories against them. Always too crazy against the Netherlands. But again, the personal side. And he was mentioning that now they have an extra component with Diego Jota that passed away.
Right.
It might give them the extra boost again.
I think especially for a short-term like tournament,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Obviously, the impact it's kind of had on Liverpool is still, still
They're still grieving.
and still to be determined how much it really affecting them. But over the course of a really short-term tournament, a couple weeks, might be just added motivation at a point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's always been a part of the squad.
Yeah.
Jota has always.
Yeah.
So he probably was been one of the people that make the jokes in the dressing room or on camp and whatnot. I know
he was a
Ruben
very
Neves
fun
is
player.
like his best,
Yeah.
always been his best man and
Yeah, they
whatnot.
were
So
together at Wolves. Yeah.
Yeah.
so you for him probably, and maybe a couple of other players, they have that, like, yo, we miss our roommate, we miss our player that we always play cards with, or that could be bringing
Maybe
extra.
that makes you make that extra sprint in the 120th minute.
And especially for for people that are always playing with emotion behind it. So
I mean, it's evident as well because again, just seeing the way they've been playing, again, it's just been second to none for me personally. They've done the best they could. They performed really well. And again, there's no egos involved. Like you can see they're genuinely playing for each other as well, working hard for each other.
So it Bruno ego.
Yeah, you know,
he wants to be the main guy,
which is fine.
He's
It's okay.
He's waiting for Ronaldo.
It's okay.
you think so?
Bruno, yeah. But he accepts that Ronaldo is Ronaldo, you know. So
it's also because the presence is too big to
you can't
to
argue
overcome.
with that.
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah,
because remember, Bruno takes all the free kicks, all the PKs at the club.
Yeah.
Then you go national team, and it's like, I can't even.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even think about.
There's an
taking one.
order to it, you know. Like
So
Respect.
he wants to.
Respect.
But he accepts. He knows.
Yeah, he
knows.
accepts. He knows
gotta
that.
respect. Bro.
He knows that.
But out of all those midfielders that I just mentioned, like, who was the most important one in your eyes?
When in the last game versus Spain?
No, just in general.
Just in general,
for this
Portugal,
tournament.
for this
Like,
tournament.
Vitinha for me.
Vitinha for me.
is,
Vitinha for me.
he's a different level in this, but I also think that he's probably, he's going to be the more consistent one. So I'm not worried about his performance at all. Actually, so in that case, I think a player like Bruno is the one that needs to have a big tournament as well. Like Vitinha, João Neves, they're going to be good. They're going to do their thing, what they've been doing consistently.
Damn, so what, Bruno hasn't been good?
No, I haven't said
Another
that at all.
baby
But
Another
he
baby
needs
dick.
to. I said earlier that he's been
You're
good
saying Bruno
this
needs to
season.
prove himself.
No, but he needs to have a top tournament because has more responsibility on the attacking side, right? And in that case, it's always hit or miss in any tournament, right?
Yeah, that's true.
The midfielders and the defenders, that they're just going to be solid and they're going to be stable. They're not going to maybe win you the games. The attacking players, they
won't
need
lose you
to
the
win,
game.
but they're not going to lose you the games, right? They're going to be there. But players like Bruno, even Ronaldo, they need to be there to win you the games. You know what I'm saying? So they have a little bit more responsibility than maybe some of the other midfielders.
it's crazy, man. Their midfield is super, super talented, bro. And they're also all of them are technically sound as well. They can switch from position.
Physically sound,
they
tactically
understand
sound,
when to go,
technically.
when to stay. They understand when to take the tempo out. Like, bro, it's insane.
Yeah.
The pressure is the reality is if you play as a number 10, the pressure is always more on you.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what club, what country you play in, right? You have to have a big tournament. You have to play well in order for the team to be successful. Because, like I said, the defenders, midfielders can play great, but they don't win you the game.
Yeah.
They
They're
keep
not
you from
making that
losing.
final pass or scoring the goal.
But you, at the end of the game, it finished 0-0.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
What'd you do?
Who would you say would be the creative engine of this team? Like, would it be more of Vitinha out of that 6th role and then dictating the game, or would it
Well,
be
that's
more,
exactly what he's saying.
or would it be more of a Bruno Fernandes?
they control
and-
the tempo of the game, but then the final pass, the
should
final
be
action
Bruno, and needs to be Bruno.
has to come from a player like Bruno.
Yeah.
And where do you rank Bernardo Silva in this? I feel like he's still.
For
bro,
sure.
Come on,
Yeah.
we cannot say like, yo, bro, you're at the end of your career. He still is a top baller.
No,
bro.
he's going to be
needs to-
impactful. And
he
for me, I
needs to-
think
he
he
needs
starts.
to impact too.
Yeah, I think he starts on the right side.
Yeah, he does.
Because that gives them more stability in possession because he's great at keeping possession. Whereas the other wingers are kind of like, they'll run at the defenders, but not good in possession. Bernardo is like great supporting cast. You know, he's never going to win best actor, but he'll probably win best supporting cast. He'll do some dirty work. He can also chip in with some creative stuff. He'll help with possession. And I don't know how fit he will be come the summer, but if he can give you the 90, he'll give you the 90. That's where Bernardo is. But no one's looking at it like, if we lose, it's because Bernardo didn't
it's the
score the
same
goal
as-
or make the final pass.
It's the same as Vitinha and João Neves. It's almost exactly the same.
The whole
They're
supporting cast.
amazing supporting cast. But you don't look at them as the reason why you didn't go far.
You can always just mirror blame with responsibility. If they don't succeed, whoever would get the most blame is who's going to have the most responsibility beforehand. So probably Bruno would get a lot of that
let's
blame.
picture this then. Picture the negative result. That they don't make it out the group stage.
Who gets
and
blamed?
they don't, let's say they tie every game 0-0 and not enough points to get through.
Yeah, who gets blamed?
Who's
Besides the
getting blame?
coach, who gets the blame?
Ronaldo.
It's going to be Ronaldo and Bruno.
Ronaldo and Bruno.
Two main guys.
It's like that.
So they have the most responsibility, therefore they need to be the most impactful. If not, then
I think Bruno will have a good tournament.
I think he will. I think he will.
He'll have a
Sure.
great tournament.
For Ronaldo, it's the main thing is gonna be he's gonna either he carries them or the narrative will be like he's been a liability for the team. That there's only two things.
Yeah, that's the
That's
how
the
it's always
only
gonna
two.
go.
like the journalists have their templates.
Yep.
They're already
Yeah.
filled.
If
They
they-
just got to put the date.
If they get knocked out in the quarterfinal, it's like Ronaldo was a liability to the team. He should have
how it
been
is.
transitioned out. But if they win, it's all about his genius.
Yeah, exactly.
So who's the defensive leader? You already mentioned. Like you have
it's-
no idea who's next to Ruben
No,
Diaz.
Ruben Diaz is the defensive leader. I'm just saying I don't know how he would be physically and fitness wise come the summer. I
Because
mean,
he's not been that good this season, man.
he's not. And I mean, all of Man City's, I guess, staple defenders over the years, if you will, haven't been good. Stones barely gets time. Diaz is not a regular starter. You know, that's why Gahey came in and just became the main guy because they didn't have it. They weren't. But maybe when he puts on the Portugal shirt, it's different. I don't know. So
Telling you.
Yeah, it's
But
also
he
they've been
is-
dealing
he's-
with so many injuries, right?
Yeah.
Kind of stop start in and out of the team.
can't get the
But
rhythm
like you
back.
said, it is different when players step up for their country because you are the guy. There's nobody else to jump in for you.
Right. You know, you're
That,
playing 6-7 games max.
And
You
exactly.
have no choice.
6-7 games. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't need to be good
Yeah.
for the whole season.
No.
That's it.
You mentioned you think Bernardo would play on the right. I know that Portugal has always been known for their flary wingers and their attacking wingers. There is not a lot nowadays, but you have one that's actually been playing a little bit consistent in terms of Pedro. What's his name? Pedro Neto.
Pedro Neto.
Yeah, from Chelsea.
Bala.
Will he play?
I
Now,
think
he's probably the only one that gives them that wide and then keeps going.
Yeah, that's a good shout. I mean, I'm not.
I honestly I think he'll play because he's the only
You're
one that
asking
keeps
if he
the
will
pitch.
start or if he will play?
He keeps the
He
pitch
will play,
wide.
but are you asking if he will start? That's
think
the
he'll
different
I
start.
think he'll start.
I think he
thing.
starts.
He'll start?
You think he starts
Over
on the
Bernardo?
right?
I think he started on the wing. Yes.
Not necessarily.
Well, I mean, the three is going to be Bruno, João Neves, Vitinha. So then if Bernardo starts, it would be on the right. Bernardo doesn't really play on the left ever.
Yeah.
So if you're saying Neto's going to start, that means Bernardo
I
is
think
going to be
so.
on the bench.
I think he will bench
But
Bernardo.
Neto can also be on the left.
He could,
Yeah.
but for me, he's not that effective. But also, I think
He does play on the
Cristiano
left a lot though.
Cristiano would prefer him on the left because he won't be cutting into his right, he'll be going down the line, sending in crosses.
Yeah.
As opposed to on the right, he'll be coming in trying to find space for a shot. So maybe he would start on the left. Leao he didn't really take over the left side. Carlos Forbes is a younger guy who just broke into the national. So maybe Neto starts on the left, Silva on the right. I mean, that would make sense, honestly. And then Cristiano down the middle, and you have the 3 in the middle, yeah. And then the 4 in the back.
Who do you think is the Leao is not the youngest anymore? You mentioned he's 26. So do they have like an upcoming young talent, a wild card young talent that's
Carlos Forbes.
Yeah.
Plays for Club Brugge.
yeah.
I think he's like 6'1", 6'2", fast, powerful winger on the left-hand side. Can cut in, can take his guy down the line. I think they called him up last few, whatever games those were, friendly games or not. He was on that Spain roster, I believe, but didn't come in. But he's 21 now. I think will be 22 come the World Cup. He would be their
He's
young breakout star.
He's a Manchester City product. He
there you go.
Yeah, Manchester City. Then he went to Ajax and then went to Club Brugge.
Oh, Ajax. So you must have seen him play a bit.
He came to Ajax and then he went on loan to Wolves and then he got back to Ajax and we sold him to Club Brugge.
So how is his style? Is it mainly
he's
speed and power, or there's some flair as well?
Speed, a lot of speed.
Okay.
A little bit of flair, but a lot of speed.
Yeah. So more direct, just
super direct. Yeah.
I mean, which makes sense. Yeah. So he would be their young guy, a young breakout star.
Let's go to the fun segment in terms of the rapid questions, prime v prime. We always do this where we bring two players, past and present, in their prime against each other and
Yannick
see.
Versus Charlie. Nah, it's 2 different positions. Charlie versus Emil Heskey.
Who's the past and who's the present?
Oh, that's a good question. They're both present for pickup.
Very present.
Now let's start with I think they're kind of similar in the way they play. Figo versus Bernardo Silva.
You think they're kind of similar?
I would say they're not similar in the way they play. But I think you were doing like position, I guess. But their style of play is not similar at all. But for me, I would go Figo.
Every day of the week.
Yeah, Figo's a Madridista. Figo is that classic winger that from the old days that you just love. Takes his guy down the line, can score, powerful. I mean, did you ever see that guy's legs? Like his calves are like this.
Even at Inter, he was still banging.
Yeah, Inter, he was still banging.
Inter, it was fire.
Jet black, slick back hair.
Hola.
Yeah. But he's not the same as Bernardo Silva style of play. But for the sake of the question, I'll let you rock and I'll go Figo. Sorry, I had to call him out on that.
100%. I mean, as much as I love Bernardo Silva, I think he's an amazing player. I think he's actually underrated at times. Figo is one of the greatest players of his generation.
Yeah.
I mean, he won a Ballon d'Or as well.
The crazy thing, he wasn't that
let's
quick
not
though,
forget.
and as a winger, he was.
He was not fast, but he was pretty explosive. Those first 3 steps, after he does his scissor, he's past you.
He's done.
But 100-yard meter race or whatever, you probably would catch up to him. You know.
Pepe versus Ruben Diaz.
Oh,
Pepe.
no brainer, man.
Pepe.
Yeah.
No brainer.
Pepe every day of the week.
No
Madman. Absolute madman. Bro.
No
Listen,
brainer.
I'm not gonna lie.
Love
If
him
I was
on your
playing
team,
in this,
hate him
if I
when
was
he's
playing,
on the other
if
team.
he's on my team, fam, I am happy
That's a no-brainer.
every day of the
Brother.
week, fam. What?
Come on.
Pepe, 100%.
Bruno Fernandes, Rui Costa.
Rui Costa for me. It's also that he's growing up as well.
It's
He
like
was
that
an icon. He
that
was
nostalgic.
The flair too.
Yeah,
though.
man.
The Serie A was amazing.
But
at
I
that
also
time.
think, to be honest, and again, this is not a
Man, you dig?
a dig to Man U,
Third one.
but he of course played for Man U during their worst periods, right? If
Bruno.
he played for Man U, maybe during the best
He
period
wouldn't get games.
and had all of the accolades to go along with it,
He would get more respect.
he would get more respect for
Gotcha.
his career.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
I hear it.
Whereas Rui Costa, Milan, guys, you want to talk about?
Late 90s, yeah.
I know the one was a little bit more of an attacking mind, but I still want to put him somewhere. Deco Fatiña.
Listen, let me tell you something.
Deco, bruv.
Can you stop?
Please.
Why are you asking questions?
Bruv,
like this, bro?
Deco every single
Mickey,
second minute.
I'm actually quite
think-
offended.
Deco's actually Brazilian, you know?
I'm actually quite
technically.
offended.
Are
Technically.
you waiting for my answer?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you because
No,
you're
no,
thinking.
no. Deco, man. Deco.
Bro,
I was
Deco.
just surprised at you.
That Donny, bro.
What a player.
What?
That you
player,
made
bro.
that- that you made that
player,
comparison.
bruv. What
I
a
never need to
player.
remember
He
his
was the
resume, bruv.
guy.
Bruv.
Before Xavi and he was the guy, bruv.
Is it me or did Deco make reverse passes popular? Like
Yeah.
looking one way and just the other way.
Yes.
Deco was,
You cannot compare. Sorry.
Yeah.
With all due respect.
Deco, bro.
Have some respect.
but he's actually Brazilian, so it makes sense.
Yeah, he is. He is. Last one. This one is the one I like the most. Nani versus Quaresma.
This is the
'Cause I-
first
'cause I-
one that is actually
Because I like both of them where they're
close
both
enough in
they're both street players,
style
super
and
techy.
position.
Yeah.
super techy.
This is the closest one you've had with style, position.
For me personally, Nani buff.
Man U.
Not even just that.
The Man U DNA, the connection.
Charisma's a baller though. But I feel like
But for me, it just wasn't as effective.
yeah, that's what I was gonna
as-
say.
as
I feel
Nani.
like Nani kept on progressing, and I feel like Charisma's he's just there.
If you want an entertainer, I would say Quaresma. But if you're looking at the whole package, Nani had a proper career.
Yeah.
He was impactful while bringing in the flair. Quaresma played for like 12 different teams.
Bro,
Always had an
I
issue
went
with
to
the
Turkey
coach.
as well,
He
bro.
always had an issue with the coach. He was at
I
Barca
think
for
I
like
saw-
6 months.
I think I saw Quaresma playing in Flushing Meadow Park for
Probably.
$50 a
Probably.
game.
Probably.
Like, bro,
He's in
what
the
we
poppy
talking
leagues,
about?
bro.
But, you know, he can entertain you. Those three
I saw him
velas.
playing at Medoval on the Sunday.
Yeah.
The Poppy League.
I mean, like I feel we would be doing a disservice to Nani if we chose Quaresma.
Yeah.
Because Nani had a proper career.
Yeah.
And Quaresma
And really
will
held his own at
always
Man U.
feel like the talent that and the hype that was never
Yeah,
quite
wait,
truly
wait,
there.
the talent.
yeah.
He's basically
You know,
like, and I don't really want to make this comparison because this second guy I'm going to mention, I think had a little bit of a better career. But for example, he's basically like Portugal's Balotelli. You know what I mean? Always had some issues. Didn't really fulfill the potential, but you know he had some moments that were like, oh
Some
man, this
great
guy
moments,
could have
but
been.
I feel like he had a lot of potential. It's just, yeah, man.
He was a wild man too, though.
Yeah, he was the
That's
opposite.
what it
It's the
is.
opposite of
Yeah.
Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Opposite of a
Opposite.
professional. Yeah,
Opposite.
You
know?
see the career path that
him and
him and
Ronaldo are
Ronaldo
boys.
went on. It's just about
It's just
about discipline.
Fork in the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just about discipline and
Discipline.
focus. Ronaldo didn't care about the other stuff. He just
Ronaldo
wanted to
going
be
to
the
the
best in
gym
the world.
after Champions League final. Quaresma, he went to party with Ronaldinho. We already know where he went.
All right, let's do one other one where I feel like this is it. I want you to answer quickly. We do overrated, underrated, or properly rated. Bruno Fernandes,
Properly rated.
Properly rated.
Ruben Diaz,
Properly rated.
Properly rated.
John Neves,
João Neves.
Properly rated.
properly rated.
Properly. I'll give him underrated right now.
Rafael
I'm not
Leao,
mad at that though. Rafael Leao,
Overrated.
overrated.
Vitinha,
Properly
Properly
rated.
rated.
Yeah.
Properly.
We know
People recognize.
If it was
Yeah.
3 years ago,
Game
I would say
I would
recognized
say
game.
under.
yeah.
I would
They
say
recognize
under,
game.
We know
People
where he's
recognize
at
him
right
now.
now.
Yeah.
Properly rated.
Nuno Mendes,
I would even think maybe he's a little
I'm saying
underrated.
underrated, bro.
That's-
I think his
Yeah.
ceiling is higher than
Underrated.
people think.
That's,
I think it's underrated, bro.
I'm leaning towards underrated. That's good.
Yeah.
all right, that was
Underrated
it.
for sure.
That
bro.
was the one.
Charlie
That was a
Zadula.
good. No. Which
Charlie-
one? College or current?
Underrated. bro.
Current?
Current Charlie.
Underrated,
Properly
bro.
rated.
Underrated.
So, Bank 4, we were losing 3-1. We came back 5-3 at Bank 4.
It was
A
easy.
hat trick in the second half.
Yannick said not rated.
And
at all.
I'm doing that against
It's not
22-year-olds.
even
Come on,
rated.
man.
And no
What's
stats.
the career
No
mode
It's not
stats.
there,
even
bro?
a race. Can't be
Build
rated.
him up, fam. Like, yo.
So how far do we think Portugal will go?
Semi-finals.
Semi.
Ooh, I like that.
Semi-finals.
Okay.
Can you give me, what's the group again? Colombia? Anybody remember? They got Colombia.
Uzbekistan or something?
Yeah, and potentially Jamaica or Congo or
Okay,
New
so
Caledonia.
they're getting out the group, or at least they should.
100%.
And then I don't really know how the bracket lines up. You know, I mean, semifinal is not a bad shot. I
Yes,
would say,
I'll say semis.
to be on the safe side, like if this was the prices right, I would go quarterfinal to be safe.
With this
Okay.
team, like what would you expect
My
from them?
expectation
What
is
what
semis.
is
Semi-final, bro.
what is a success for them?
Bro, I'm sorry, but at this level,
Yeah, you need to win.
They have to win.
Yeah,
They
you have to win. You have to win. You have
anything
to
else
win.
other than that,
You
you
have
think
to win.
Ronaldo is going to
He
be
failed.
It's okay, guys. We got to the semis.
I agree. You have to
Yeah.
win. But in the
Yeah.
public eye, what would be a
have
success
to
for
win.
Portugal?
They have to win.
You got to win. I mean,
have
Netflix
to
is not
win.
going to do a doc because they made it to the quarters and they
The
almost
greatest
won.
team not to win.
The greatest Portugal team not to win.
Bro, these teams have to win.
Yeah.
Is that
They have
at
to
that
win, bro.
level? We're not talking about like Croatia getting to a final and everyone be like, "What an achievement!"
Bro.
Yeah, it's
We're
different.
talking about
If
one
you
of the
don't
greatest
win,
players
it
of all
doesn't
time
matter.
and
Yeah.
amazing roster.
And every position
depth.
they're stacked.
They have to win.
I would say they have to win, but if they go to the semis and lose to a top 3, top 4
The only
team,
thing I would say,
for me, they have the respect. If they lose to a France, Spain,
if they
in
go
the
to
semis,
the final
respect.
when you get to a final and you lose,
Yeah, because
you
anything
have
can
respect.
happen. Yeah,
Unless you're the
100%.
Netherlands, because people can expect that. You know,
Ooh,
everybody else,
the digs.
If you don't win, it
for
don't matter.
most
bro.
of the
That one
other
was deep.
teams,
It was.
That one was
Personal, bro.
it's, you know what I mean?
Like, what's
It's a great achievement to be in the final.
Yeah.
Stop
For
drinking, brother.
certain countries,
Stop
on the
stop
certain
drinking.
countries, it's the
Stop drinking,
standard.
brother.
He's on
Those
the fourth
shit-
shot.
It's the
See,
August
four shots,
standards.
4 shots. That's what it is, bro.
Yeah, 4 shots, 4
shots,
days.
4
You
shots.
call it what you
Can we
want,
talk
bro.
about that?
I'm,
Is this children's television?
I'm sober as a duck, bro.
Can we
As
do
a
they bleep out the
duck.
curses?
As a duck?
Shout out to Don Julio 70, our sponsor.
You're done, no.
Is there a picture that you want to see Portugal in? Like, is there a rivalry? Is there a nation you want to see them play?
Portugal.
Portugal at first
100%.
Argentina,
Yeah,
100%.
It's
Yeah.
automatic
That's the-
blockbuster,
that's
bro.
the
It's
basic.
automatic
Yeah.
blockbuster.
Blockbuster.
Yeah.
That's
Outside
literally
of
the
that,
final.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's literally going to
Portugal,
be the
England would be nice again.
Fam,
That
I
would
think
be
it's going to
actually
be a
nice.
final.
Cristiano's still there.
Cristiano
I like France, Argentina.
stomping on Harry Kane.
France, Argentina, bro.
We're talking about Portugal.
I know.
You want to have France, Argentina?
I'm just saying, bro. He said, you know what he said?
Nah, he said Portugal, Argentina, or Portugal, England.
Portugal, England.
Oh, you're right, bro.
No, I don't want Portugal, bro. I don't want Portugal, bro. Please.
I think this is the right time to end this episode.
Yeah, please.
Bro,
The right
he's
time.
talking about France, Argentina, bro.
The right time. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow our IGs, Instagram, TikTok, everything. Appreciate it.
C'est la vie!
And we out.
C'est bon!